France 24's weekly music show. I'm Audrey Hash, and I'm delighted to welcome to the show award-winning Franco-Cameroonian singer, songwriter, producer and actress who's toured around the world, Sandra Nkaké. She's just released her fourth studio album, Scars, which is full of soothing, healing sonic properties. We also have a young up-and-coming artist, Mille Désirs, who grew up between Abidjan, London and Paris. He makes music infused with sensual R&B and sleazy rock and roll that's inspired by nightlife and club dance floors in particular. Thank you both so much for being here on the France 24 set. It's
Thanks
lovely
for the invitation.
Oh, it's lovely to have you. I want to start off by talking about the fact that you're kind of citizens of the world because you've lived in different countries. You've also toured, and I want to know, where do you feel the most at home? Sandra, I'm going to start with you.
I feel home with people who respect me, who love me. I'm a citizen of the world, and I feel comfortable everywhere I go because I'm comfortable with myself. I just come back from I'm coming back from Japan, and I didn't know the culture, but I feel home.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what about you, MilleDésirs?
I think I feel home the most with my mom because she was the one that brought me up, and she's everything to me, but also I really feel at home in the Ivory Coast, the front of the ocean. Like, my grandma has this tiny house in front of the ocean, and there's just a sense of peace there. And I think that's my place.
Well, MilleDésirs, you've just released your debut EP, Lust and Love, which will be enjoyed by fans of Frank Ocean, Burial, and James Blake. That's the sort of vibe that you feel from it. You're new to the scene. I want you to tell us a little bit how you got into music, and also about your name, Mille Désirs, 1,000 desires. Where does that come from?
Well, all my life, I've been kind of obsessed with the concept of love. It really was an obsession. Like, I just wanted to be loved. I just wanted to find love. But the more I grew up and the more I realized that it wasn't love that I was looking for. Oftentimes it was lust, actually. And I felt as though I wasn't able to really fulfill all of my desires and all of the dreams I had, you know what I mean? Like, I was in a religious household. I was the only black kid at school. I was the queer kid in my town. So I felt really restricted. So this name, Mille Désirs, it comes from all of my desires that represents me. And it comes from everything I dreamed of, I guess. And about how I came to make music, I was in love, and it wasn't the best of relationships. And I just needed to find a way to express myself. And growing up at church, I was singing a lot. And music always was my safe place, I guess. So it just came back to me, and I started writing and producing, and here we are.
Well, this sexuality and this exploration of yourself really comes through in this EP. Let's check out one of the tracks. A track you can find on MilleDésirs' new EP, Lust and Love. I've noticed that both of you sing in French and English in your latest records. Does it change the way you write or compose music, Sandra, for example, when you change languages?
I'm not sure it changes something in the themes that I try to talk about, but it changes the way I express myself. I've always written in English and in French, but I wasn't able to sing the French songs that I was writing because they were connected to pain, to violence, and the healing process was still, was still on, and I wasn't able to share them.
It was too soon.
But now that I've been working on it, trying to. That's why it's called scars. All the wounds have been healed, and now I'm able to share the whole process. And singing in French is really, it's interesting for me. I mean, I love singing in Hebrew, in Spanish, in Italian, and French is more in the depth of my throat. It's something, and really connected to childhood also.
Okay.
And I'm really glad I can do both. But the next target is to sing in Abo. Abo, which is the language of my mother and my grandfather. I didn't learn it. I wasn't taught it, but I'm going to self-teach myself.
So return to roots, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what
return to home.
It's important.
Yeah.
And what about you, Mille, singing in French and English? Would that come naturally? Were there other languages?
Well, it really did, because I feel like you can't really fracture somebody's personality. It's a whole. It's just one thing. And growing up, I really was inspired by English culture, but also French culture, and the mix of those two. That's what made me me. So I had to find multiple ways to express how multiple I am. You know? But it's really different, I feel like, to write in English and in French. Like, the musicality behind it, it's really different, but I see it as a game almost. You have to find the best way to express it in either languages.
And Sandra, we're going to go back on to talking about Scars, your new record, but I want to play one of my favourite tracks from it, Sisters. And there's a big theme about sorority and sisterhood, which is important. Let's check out the video.
We are sisters, daring harder. Oh, we are sisters, caring sisters. You know, love comes all the way back to you.
Beautiful track you can find on the Scars, Sandra Nkaké's new album. We were talking about themes of sisterhood, but also of the theme of healing, because you're healing yourself, but it's also healing for other people. I felt there's something very soothing about this record. What mood were you going into when you?
I wanted to share this process and let the people that were hurt, let them know that you can heal at one point. It takes time. It's long, because I was raised in a very violent family. But there's a point where abuse, rape, and incest is not what defines you. You have to accept that a part of you is dead forever, but there's so much light and so much love all around. And I was lucky enough to have these resources inside of me, and to meet people, to have friends, and to have these sisters, all these women who fought before me and who made me. And I wanted to let them know that I'm on their side, they're with me, and I want to give strength to other people and let them know that you are able to heal. You have inside you what you need to heal.
It's a fantastic message, and you're not going to be guided by anger. You sing in your album. I also love the fact you play with your voice, raspy or not, and you brought in the guitar. How's that going to transcribe onto stage now, because you're about to tour, do a few dates?
Well, on stage, I try to have a mix of sweetness, of tenderness, a sense of fragilité, being really fragile, and strength, and fierceness. And Tina Turner just passed away, and she was one of my, just like Nina Simone, she was like
Role model.
my role model. And don't forget why you chose music. I chose music because I want people to connect. I want to change this liberal world. I want to stop counting our dead sisters. I want to change the world. I'm not sure I can do it, but I think we can do it all together. And music is a way to connect intimacy and to bring good vibrations, to bring light, love, and sweetness. So on stage is going to be sweet and fierce.
Very excited to see that. MilleDésirs, you're about to start touring, do your first couple of gigs. What can we expect from you very quickly?
Mystery. I want people to ask themselves what they know, where they want to go. I want to shock them, but also I want to bring peace to them. So I'm working a lot with my band and with my team, and I think it's going to be great.
Well, thank you very much, both of you. MilleDésirs, Sandra Nkaké, for being on the France 24 show. It's been an absolute pleasure. The France 24's latest news bulletin is coming up in just a few minutes, which gives me enough time to remind you you can follow our culture news on our website and, of course, social media at Encore F24. We're going to play out with a track taken from the new Foo Fighters album, But Here We Are, which is their first record since the passing of their drummer Taylor Hawkins over a year ago. An album in which Dave Grohl and his bandmates processed their emotions and change. Here's the latest single.